Good, good.
Yep. Smell live.
It's the Career Seeker Show live on WPP MLP Philadelphia. Wow, what a great segment with Mr. Javon Hill from Career Link and Urban College Planning. Man, I appreciated him coming out today. It's just been a busy day for us today. I hope you're watching this on Facebook Live. We are back broadcasting on the East Coast Executive Facebook fan page. We do this every Wednesday from 4 to 5 on 106.5 WPPM LP Philadelphia. And we stream live at phillycam.org. AB, that's really what we do, right? Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday, we have so much great content, and today is no different. Oh my gosh. Javon Hill, thank you so much from PA Career Link.
The thing about this event is that the employers have to have jobs. So in order to come to the event and get a table, the employers have to have jobs, hopefully with a focus on veterans.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be a great event. So a lot of times job seekers wonder if they should come to the event, are the companies really hiring? And although you rarely get a job at a job fair, it's a great place to come and meet companies who are hiring. So it's a great event. Come out on Monday and meet some great companies.
You know what? You bring up a great point. So you sent this information to me, I believe, last week, and I posted it. I posted the flyer. You know what? If you're on Facebook, this flyer right here, we're putting it on the East Coast Executive Facebook fan page. Will was coming in close on that. But I posted this flyer on LinkedIn as well, right? So, Deb, I had a gentleman immediately reach out to me, and he said, do you know if any of the companies are hiring accountants? And I said, I'll tell you what, I do not know if any of the companies are hiring accountants, but there is a list out there on the Eventbrite with all the participating companies. And what I suggested is that they take a look, make a list of the companies that are of interest to them, and then go to those companies' websites. But to your point, you're making a relationship with someone there, so maybe they don't have an accounting job today, January 15th, but maybe they have one February 2nd.
Absolutely.
And all you got to do, Alberta's working 3,000 recs right now. One of them has to be an accounting rec. One of them.
We do have some. But I have to commend the organizers because I am so excited that this is the first time that my company is participating. And but I have to commend the organizers of this day. You have updated Eventbrite with each of the employers, and we weren't on it previously before we signed up, and now I just looked yesterday and we're on it. So it's really so check
conversation from scratch.
Sure.
So that's the best way that job seeker can get the most out of the event.
Right. So Ms. Abrams, if I'm a job seeker, I'm here in Philadelphia, and I'm off Monday. So after I guess my service project is in the evening, so I have some free time in the morning. What do you suggest I do in preparing to approach and attack and have success at this career fair?
So first thing that I believe that a job seeker should do is get registered for the event. That way we'll know to expect them, and job seekers who register will get in quicker. If you haven't pre-registered, then those who have pre-registered will get in first. If you pre-register and if you go to the Eventbrite site, you will see a list of hopefully all of the employers, if not most of the employers. Then you also have the opportunity to see which employers will be there and to prepare for who you definitely want to stop and talk to. When you do that, you can research what jobs they have. And Ken, I've heard you talk about this, about the opportunity to get ahead of the jobs. So either you can talk to the employers about jobs that they have posted and jobs that you've applied to, or the type of job that you are interested in, an accountant, a legal position, a customer service position, what have you. So it's the best way to be as prepared as possible. Certainly you want to bring your resume. You will rarely hear somebody in career services or in recruiting talk about this. This MLK Day Jobs Fair tends not to be the most professionally dressed and dressed up event. However, you're never going to go wrong by being professionally dressed. So
agreed.
If you're out to wow somebody, come dressed to impress.
You know, and I think to what I was mentioning earlier, what I've noticed is that some people come on Girard College's campus with the intentions of doing a service project, and then they see that there's a career fair, and they say, you know what, maybe I should stop in.
Absolutely.
So it's a very welcoming environment, even if you're not professionally dressed.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, a lot of people are in there with their King Day t-shirts on and everything. So.
Yeah, and so don't let that stop you
Right.
from walking through the Jobs and Opportunity Fair. It's still the opportunity to network with the employers and find out about opportunities. But if you're coming specifically for the chance to meet those employers, if you can throw on your suit or some dressier clothes, then go for it.
Yeah, and you might separate yourself from some of the other people. They'll remember you because you'll be the guy in the suit.
That's right.
That it works all the time. All of us have been to countless job fairs, and you do remember people. There are certain things about people that you remember because we're recruiters. We're trained to do that.
Right.
Debra's the type of recruiter that she may not remember your name, but she'll remember every item on your resume.
Oh, wow.
Like even volunteer work. She's like, Deb will say, hold on, is that the person that used to volunteer over at Phil Abundance? And I'm like,
10 years ago?
yeah, 10 years. And I'm like, yeah, it is. That is the person. So great recruitment professional.
Yeah.
So Deb, so I was at the.
Do they know any of the civilian to veteran military to make that crosswalk, or?
Not specifically, but if there are any volunteers out there who would like to do that, we're open to having them volunteer.
I know this certified veterans recruiter that hangs out with me on Wednesdays from 4 to 5.
Maybe we'll talk off air.
So if you want to walk aside from your table,
Yeah, we might. And also, we just, my company, and I never say it, but I'm going to say it today,
Yes.
American Water, largest publicly traded water and wastewater utility in the U.S. We are now, as for 2018, a military-friendly official employer. So we just got that designation this year. So
Awesome. I actually didn't know that, but that's awesome.
But yeah,
now
so-
I'm even more excited that you're going to be there on Monday.
absolutely, right.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
shout
Yeah,
out
you
to
can come
American
up there,
Water.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
I want to learn more about what that's all about.
but this is about Deb right now.
Yeah,
So we're
this
gonna
is
continue on
about
Deb.
Deborah.
Hey, this is my segment.
That's right. That's right.
This is definitely about Deborah. You know what? Deborah spoke about the link where the jobs are. If you go to kingdayjobs.eventbrite.com, that information is right there. Once again, kingdayjobs.eventbrite.com. You can find that information. Again, we have posted this on the East Coast Executive Facebook fan page. We'll have it on the @US Career Seekers Twitter feed. We'll, I'm sure Alberta recruits will pump that out at TIF South as well. This is what we do. If you have any questions, though, feel free to give us a call, 215-923-WPPM. Once again, 215-923-9776. It's the Career Seekers Show. We do it every Wednesday from 4 to 5 live here on 106.5 in Philly. Debra Abrams in the building today. We are really happy to have her. She's here talking about the MLK Day Jobs and Opportunity Fair at Girard College, Monday the 15th. You know, Deb, I want to speak to you about something. Now, I know you suggested that people register, but it's my understanding there's 2 sessions.
Yes.
How's that work?
So there's a session that runs from 9 to 10:30, and then there's a session that runs from 10:30 to 12.
Okay.
And basically the sessions just help the traffic flow, if you will. In this particular event, the traffic tends to be a little lighter in the second session. So if you're trying to get a little bit more visibility with the employers, I would recommend that you come to the second session.
Okay.
What will happen if people just show up, we will let people come in, but it's going to depend on traffic flow.
Okay.
So if people just show up at 9 o'clock and we have a lot of registrations for that time, those people who are registered are going to come in
Sure.
first as we let the traffic flow through.
Now, I think I saw something posted by, it might have been URD or somebody, but you guys, the early registration has been robust.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Yeah. And so you may see some advertisements come out through iHeart. So you might see it on WDAS and some of the other stations.
Sure.
Because they're the media partner on this
Oh,
event.
that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so this event is actually put on by Global Citizen 365.
Right, okay.
And so the Urban League comes in as the job fair, the Jobs and Opportunity Fair partner.
Okay.
And iHeart is the media partner.
Gotcha.
So
Love it.
that's kind of how the whole relationship comes together.
Yeah, love it, love it.
So, AB, you know, we have the most informed listeners in the country, actually.
I gotta say, I agree with that.
So,
yeah.
but a big piece of that is because we just overgive information. We give all the information you
And
need.
not just on Wednesdays.
Not just on Wednesdays.
Right.
Throughout the week, we just
Absolutely,
give
yeah.
information. So
Right.
I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, and I'll ask you to do me and Debra a favor, actually. You want to read through some of these? Well, just let's not even leave anybody out. You want to read through the employment?
I would love to.
The companies that
I would
will be
love
there?
to, but let me make sure number 2 is the best
Is
one.
number I can understand. No,
wanna
I'm
start
in agreement.
number 2
I'm in
and then go
complete agreement.
backwards?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
no,
in agreement.
it's not alphabetical, so I can't do that, right? All right, so we have Allied Universal, American Water, Aramark, Avis Budget Group, Brown's ShopRite, Carson Valley Children's Aid, the Clean Air Council, Corporation for National and Community Service, Education Works, First Student Transportation, Home Depot, Horizon House, the Pennsylvania State Police Bureau of Liquor Control Enforcement, PICO, Pennsylvania State Police, Philadelphia Gas Works, Philadelphia Media Network, Philadelphia Police Department, Piedmont Airlines and American Airlines Company, Robert Half, SarahCare, Senior Healthcare Advocates, SEPTA, Sugar House Casino, Team Clean, that sounds like a good one, I want to hire them, the Crescent VA Medical Center, the Kintock Group, the Salvation Army Croc Center, U.S. Security Associates, Valley Youth House, Verizon, so that's 31 for now,
Wow.
but we have until Monday, and as Deborah's been saying, there's other employers that will be signing up. Now, there's other services too, so do you want to, someone else want to
No, keep it going.
take it? You sure? All right. So we have, these are community services, I'm assuming.
Yes, these are in the resource
So,
area.
nonprofits and, okay. Corporation for National and Community Service, Lamont's Markets, Philadelphia Fire Department Recruitment Unit, Philadelphia Job Corps, Service Year Alliance, the Salvation Army, the School District of Philadelphia Elect Program, and the Urban League of Philadelphia. Oh, Jermaine's going to be there. Nice. Okay.
Jermaine is everywhere.
Excellent.
He's everywhere. You know, outstanding roster of organizations
Yes.
participating.
A very diverse group of companies, and that means that there will be a diverse array of opportunities for folks.
Exactly.
While I've been talking to job seekers and prepping them for this event, people keep saying, are there going to be jobs for me? Are there going to be jobs for me? And when you look at the listing of companies, there are going to be jobs there for every type of job seeker.
I really see that at all different levels too.
Yeah.
Now, Deb, I know you guys have been swamped over there. It's the beginning of the year over at ULP. But in the past, you've run some workshops to prepare people for job fairs. Are you doing that again this year?
Not specifically,
Okay.
but we are available for the folks who come into the Career Center.
Sure.
And so we're doing it more on a one-on-one basis
Okay.
for folks who have questions.
All right, that makes
And
sense.
so if I can just say that the email address to reach us is careercenter@urbanleaguephila.org. And so if you have specific questions about the event or the Urban League's role or or how the Urban League can help you in general, certainly feel free to reach out.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you come back. It's you know what, this is like the dual segment show. Mr. Hill was here earlier and he wears 2 hats. And today you're coming wearing 2 hats in a sense. So I'd love to have you back at a later date to speak about the services offered at the Urban League of Philadelphia. All right, so career seekers, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. This is what I would do personally. If it was me and I was going out on Monday, I would take that list that Alberta just shared with you that you can find at kingdayjobs.eventbrite.com. I would look at that list and I would probably find 5 to 10 companies that I definitely want to meet with on that day. And I would list them in order of priority. And that's where I would start. When I walk in the door, I would go to the company of choice. So let's just go out on a limb here. And if you're Kenneth Johnson, let's just say it's Verizon. If Verizon's my 1 and let's say Aramark's my 2, I would walk in the door and try to find those companies in the career fair and definitely have updated copies of my resume. Deb, what's the standard? How many copies? Name. Get the name, step aside immediately and write the name down. And then when you get back to your apartment, your house, whatever, go on LinkedIn, do whatever you need to do to find contact information for that individual. and say, hi, I just met you at the career fair today, and follow up accordingly. Whether you've applied to a job online or whether you just want to acknowledge the meeting, but you have to do something to get on that person's radar. And that's kind of how I would work that. And then I would just make sure my follow-up was tight. But, you know, don't be intimidated by the career fair. Career fairs can be extremely intimidating.
Especially for veterans.
Especially, I didn't even think about that with the veterans twist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Deb, I'll tell you something. I know this is kind of off track here, and Alberta can speak about it. Alberta's organization, the ITEM, did a reverse career fair.
Okay.
So what we did, it's the inclusive technology entrepreneur movement for women and people of color to get into any aspect of technology. So we had employers, so the candidates sat at a table with their computers ready to do a project or showcase, and the employers walked around. To talk to the candidates. We're having another one coming up on May 2nd. But yeah, so it was, we've had 2 people hired out of that, so it was a pretty good first one. But something to try maybe in the future for this.
Yeah. And Ken, I just wanted to piggyback on something that you said. Almost as important for the job seekers as bringing their resume is to make sure you have paper and pen so that you're able to jot down the information of the people that you talk to. Because as often as people think they're going to remember what they heard, as soon as they walk away and go to the next table, it's gone.
Right.
And so it's important to write down all the things that you've learned and that you want to follow up.
Huge point. That's great. And it's okay to take notes at that job fair. It's not that you're having a full-on interview, so do take those notes.
Yeah.
You know, just from being at this event in the past and observing the way it runs and how it works, I want to give a bit of advice that I didn't know prior to attending this actual event. There are so many people representing their companies there, just assisting and supporting. I mean, handing out water, making sure that people know where to go, just doing anything. That's their project. They're there working the career fair for XYZ company. Do not hesitate. If you see that this person's representing a company, just say, oh, wow, I always was interested in working for you guys. Like, these are just people, and you can use them as advocates to open up a door for an opportunity.
That's a really great point, because this is the MLK Day of Service, right? So many people are there in part to recruit, but there are other people there just doing service projects. And they're there just to give back however
representing
they
their
can.
companies, right?
Absolutely. And networking is networking. So you want to meet people from companies however you can. So maybe it's the person standing behind the XYZ company table, but maybe it's just somebody else wearing a XYZ company t-shirt. And so however you can network and whomever you can network with. So the other thing that I just want to kind of set the scene for is that, yes, we're here talking about the Jobs and Opportunity Fair component of this event, but there's also a health fair going on that day.
That's right.
There's all, this is all really part of the service project. So as we talk to job seekers, we always talk about networking. So these are all networking opportunities. So yes, certainly take advantage of the Jobs and Opportunity Fair, but please take advantage of all these people that you have the opportunity to network with, because we never know who can connect us to that next opportunity. It can be an employer, it can be a job seeker, it can be somebody who works for Career Link or Urban League or whatever, but you never know who's going to connect you to that next.
And make sure you stop by that Urban League of Philadelphia table and get some information about the offerings from the Career Services Department there at the Urban League. They'll be in the building, and I'm sure Debra has some people, probably Roshan, manning that table, and she is a great resource, and she knows what's going on, trust me. So Debra, in closing, any last items you want to share about the career fair, and how do people get in contact with you?
So my email address is dabrams@urbanleaguephila.org. I'm on the Urban League's website. The easiest email address is careercenter@urbanleaguephila.org. Go to the Urban League website. You'll see the information about this event and all that we do at the Urban League. I look forward to having everyone come out and checking out the event. Come meet me. Tell me you heard me on this show, or saw us, or what have you.
We are guaranteeing you. You know what? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. If someone goes to that career fair and sends me or posts a picture of them with Debra Abrams, I will do.
Me.
Or No, but now too many people are going to meet you. All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
But they have to say
I'll tell you
career
what.
seekers.
Jump in here with me then.
Okay.
I'm going to offer them a free career coaching indoor resume session.
Resume session, I was going
All
to
right.
say. Yeah.
So you with me?
I am.
All right.
But
So
Okay.
if it's me, it can't just be that you're stopping by for my company. You have to say the career
okay.
seekers.
And if
Yeah.
it's